I believe by the end of today's session, you will be thinking differently about delegation, because I know it's your number one problem. Okay. If you have a problem with leads, converting leads into clients, or you have operational problems, you don't have those problems. Okay. Don't lie to yourself. You have a leadership problem. Okay. All of these things are a leadership problem. If you're not getting the leads that you need to be getting for a certain cohort of your practice, you have a leadership problem. If you're not converting the high enough percentage of leads into signed clients, yep, you have a leadership problem. Okay. And if you're not, having operational flawlessness, again, you have a leadership problem. Nothing more, nothing less. And the business stops growing at the lid of your leadership potential. So if you stop growing as a leader, business stops growing. If you stop growing as a leader of your lead generation system, business stops growing. If you stop caring about converting a high enough percentage of leads into signed clients, you stop growing as a leader of your conversion rate system and your sales systems. You may not complain if you are an entrepreneur. Why? Because you chose the business you're in. You started the business. Anybody you're frustrated with, you hired them. Anybody who's not performing, you didn't set the specifications of what they're going to be measured on, or you didn't let them go if they're not holding their weight. It all stems from you. No matter how frustrated you are with anyone you've hired or anyone you haven't hired, if you haven't hired anyone, it all comes back to you, because there are other people delegating the things you don't think you can delegate. Okay. So I want everyone to say this to yourself real quick, because this is the epiphany in leadership. I want my team to succeed. I want you to say this out loud with me. It's such an important exercise. Even if you don't have a team, say this to yourself. I want my team to succeed. 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 Such a pivotal difference in the thinking of most entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs feel slighted, taken advantage of, or like their team doesn't care if they don't meet specifications. And that frustration causes you to become a transactional leader, which is the lowest level of leadership. This should be the least stressful session we've ever held, because it's all about you delegating things and communicating better. So there's no work to do here. These are the things that you're not doing if you're not expanding your team. Okay. So there's really like 4 parts of transformational leadership that I want to talk about today. And so level 5 leadership, also known as transformational leadership, is a concept from the book Good to Great by Jim Collins, right? And when they studied the most successful businesses in the world that had a certain sustained growth, all of the CEOs, I think it was like over 95% of them, had this introverted humility combined with this indomitable will. Okay. So I'll say that again. All of the most successful CEOs that they studied, the majority of them in the Good to Great study, had this level of personal, almost borderline introverted humility with indomitable will, right? So the level 5 leadership model is a empathetic leadership model. Okay. But it's combined with like crazy levels of will. Okay. So let's talk about transactional versus transformational leadership. This is the top leadership concept I've ever learned in my life. Okay. We talked about the better you are at being a lawyer, the harder it is to lead. Okay. We talked about the fact that you can delegate anything that you commit to delegating. Okay. And we also talked about the who, not how concept when we opened up. And we also talked about this very important phrase that I want going through your mind at all times. I want my team to succeed. I want my team to succeed. I want my team to succeed. Okay. And you want to say that to yourself so much until that becomes true, right? Because most of us operate from a place of scarcity. So let's talk about transactional versus transformational leadership. So I'm not going to go by these bullets just yet. I'm going to share with you 4 separate methods to cultivate your transformational leadership skills. Okay. And transformational leadership skills, the result of being a transformational leader is you build a culture. You're not worried that people are going to leave. Okay. And your people want to perform at their best. You don't have to hold them accountable with micromanaged systems, right? You create an environment where people want to outperform one another. Okay. So let's talk about this really quick. There's 4 specific models I want to kind of hit on here. Number 1 is the vivid vision. Okay. And as I said, I hired Cameron Harold, the former COO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, as my personal coach now. And it was $48,000 a year to hire him. And he only has 30 clients in the world, and it's all application based. And the only reason why he considered me, I'm below his revenue threshold, is because I sold him. I persistently reached out to him and told him where I'm going, and I will not stop until I get there. And he said, okay, I'll work with you. So now I'm one of his 30 clients nationwide. He works with companies doing 10 million plus. I'm the only person at my revenue level working with him. So the first concept that he taught me, which I want you to be thinking about, is your vivid vision. Okay. Most of the reason that businesses flatline is you don't create painstaking clarity around your vision, right? And some of you think, maybe I'm not a visionary. Maybe I'm not that type of person. BS. Okay. If you want to grow and you want freedom, you need a vision for where you're going. So I want to go a different method from the mission, vision, values, traditional thing that people talk about, right? We had a couple people over the last few weeks say, I feel like I don't have a mission, vision, and values. And what most people feel when it comes to their mission, vision, values is this. They feel like my mission, vision, values are just words. They don't really have meaning, right? And what really happens is you create this sentence. How many of you are guilty of just, one time you created kind of a sentence, I got to get this mission, vision thing. I got to have some statement that tells my people where they're going. So I don't want you to focus too much on mission, vision, values. I want you to focus on vivid vision. Okay. And here's the difference between mission, vision, values. Mission, vision, values is a sentence, and then little 3-word phrases are your values. Now, don't start there. Okay. Let's scrap that for a second. I want you to start with your vivid vision. I want you to take time. This will take a long time to do. If you're not being a transformational leader, if you're not inspiring your team, it's a vision problem. You aren't clear on where you're going. What painstakingly clear environment will you create? Not that you want to create, you will create.